Hey friends, welcome to this fertility yoga class where we're working to build circulation in the body, which we know can help to improve the uterine lining. In today's class, I really want our focus to be get out of the head and into the body. Stop thinking about all the things you're doing for fertility, all the tracking, just all of the things that I know are going on in your life right now. We're going to just put them aside, leave them on the edge of our mat. We can pick them up later if we feel we need to. And for today's practice, we're just going to be in the body. This particular class is suitable for all stages of your cycle. If you would like specific classes for the different stages, I'll leave a link below. And if you are brand new to fertility yoga, I have a free guide that will be linked below as well. Let's get on our mat and into our class today. So we're going to start standing today with our feet underneath the hips. I want you to roll the shoulders back and down and just let yourself arrive in your body. So what do I mean by that? I just want you to be here. So if you need to shake it out a little, just be in your body and not thinking about all of the things you could be doing other than this yoga class right here and right now. So just take a few deep breaths, feeling your feet pressing into the mat. Feel your body lifting up so the muscles of the legs engage, the belly is gently drawn in, the back is strong, shoulder blades drawing together. Crown of the head lifting towards the sky. I just want you to shift the weight onto one leg, and we're just going to take some circles with the other leg. So it's like you're drawing circles with your knee. So just take it nice and slowly, work with your breath, inhaling as you move up and exhaling as you lower down. Nice. So if you're wobbling all over the place, that's okay. Just notice what's going in your body today. Try not to judge. Then release this foot down, shift the weight. Let's come to the opposite side. So taking some circles here. So helping to release any tension that we might hold through the hips. Starting to get some blood pumping through the body. You might already feel a little bit of heat in the body. Nice. Step that foot down and take the feet a little bit wider. Bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to take some pelvic circles. So just like you're drawing circles with the pelvis now. So you might feel a little bit of a stretch in the legs. Feel free to bend through the knees if that feels good. So sticking the bottom right back and then drawing the pelvis right forward. Might feel a little bit strange. That's okay. And then reverse your circles in the opposite direction. See if you can keep your breath moving. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then see if you can do a figure 8 pattern, which takes a little bit more thought. You might need to bend the knees a little more. Hopefully there's no room in your brain for thinking about anything else as you're busy drawing 8s with your pelvis. All right, let's open out into our warrior 2. Reach both fingertips out. And then we're going to add some movement. So inhale, come high. Exhale, come low. I just want you to repeat this. Inhale, rising. Exhale, lowering. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to stay and hold. This time, move the arms. We move back and around, reaching forward, all the way back. So you should still feel the legs working as we add the arms this time. And then bring yourself to center, coming into your goddess. You can either have the hands on the thighs or you can bring them into heart. It's up to you. And I just want you to rock from side to side. So maybe explore lifting the toes up, pressing them down. Inhale, warrior 2 in the opposite direction. So just as we did before, inhaling to rise, exhaling to lower. Good. Inhale to rise, exhale and lower. See if we can slow it down a little. Slow the breath down as well. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's stay with the legs and start to add the arms on, so big circles around. Breathing in and then sending them forward. And then coming to center, coming to that goddess, just rocking from side to side. Maybe bring the hands on the legs so you can do a few little pulses, lowering down, stretching into that inner thigh and groin. And then walk the hands all the way over to one side as we come down low into Ascandasana. So our leg is outstretched, our spine is still long, fingertips can rest on the floor. This back heel might be touching down, it might not. And then I want you to just move from side to side, feeling the stretch in the legs. Maybe you want to open up the arm here. And then move to the opposite side. I want you to notice what feels good in your body. If it doesn't feel good in your body, can you modify it slightly so that it does feel good? And we're starting to notice the difference between what feels good because it feels like a really nice stretch and what feels like pain because we're going too far. Sometimes when we first start stretching, we're not so sure on what feels good because all stretching feels hard. Maybe we try to push a little too deeply. Eventually you kind of get to this point where you're like, I really need to stretch. I need to move my body. It's kind of like when you eat healthy food, you start to crave healthy food, but if you eat bad food, you start to crave bad food. All right, come back into the center. Coming back to that goddess. Coming high in the legs, straightening them up, straightening the whole body up to the sky. And then taking the arms over to one side. All the way back through center, over to the opposite side. Back through center. And then we're going to move the feet in. So they're a little bit wider than hip distance. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, we're coming into our Malasana, so nice low squat. Take a little rock from side to side through the legs. Take a breath in, we're going to press into the heels, rise it to the sky. And then exhale, take a seat back in. So we're going to do a few of these, creating some flow in the body, so getting that blood pumping, helping to increase circulation. But we're also working deeply into the groin and thighs, opening this space up around the belly. Hopefully making for a very happy womb space, pelvis. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, sit nice and low. And again, inhale to rise. Exhale, sit it down. All right, bring the hands onto the mat. And come to have a seat. So I just want you to have one foot tucked in under the body and the other foot just gently pressing on the mat here. And then we're going to take a little twist using this front thigh. So I want you to draw the leg in. We're not compressing the belly, we're just pressing the sole of this foot down and then using that leg as an anchor. So we're just drawing it in slightly so that we can twist the upper body up and over, looking on this back shoulder. See if you can ground back down through that left hip. So rather than kind of lifting this side up, can you square that hip back down? Feel the spine twisting as opposed to the body twisting. Keep the breath moving. And then release. Let's change to the opposite side. So again, no belly compression, which is what makes it safe for all stages of the cycle. Use the thigh just as an anchor. Make sure both sit bones are on the mat. Length through the spine. And then gentle twist. Return the spine. Bringing both feet together now in our butterfly. So if your knees are really quite high, that's fine. Just gently invite them down, maybe with the elbows gently pressing in. If you've got quite open hips like mine, sitting tall and just gently leaning forward until you can feel that stretch through the inner thigh. Letting yourself soften here, so letting the head, neck and face be nice and soft. We start to slow it down as we come down to the ground. Our practice was a little bit more energetic in that standing mode, and now we bring it down and we ground through the earth. So feel your connection with the mat, with the floor. Notice where your body touches, and let yourself become heavy in that position. So really sinking it down. Gently sitting up. I'm going to take one leg. I'm going to place the foot in the elbow. Now, if you're like, hell no, am I going to put my foot in my elbow? Because it doesn't reach. Wherever you can reach. So if all you can do is hold the ankle with your hand, that's perfectly fine. And then hold the outside of the knee. And we're just going to rock the leg from side to side. So again, what we're doing is working into this hip joint. Helping to create a little bit more movement where we might have been a little bit stiff, helping to get blood flowing, releasing any tension. And just rock the leg side to side. And then we're going to place this leg on top of the other one. So if you can, the ankle comes up and over the knee. So our knees and our ankles stack. If you can't, stacked ankles are fine. So if you are able to stack, we're going to release the hands, just find some length. And then again, gently lean forward. You should feel this in that top hip. Soften through the head and neck once more. Just breathe and be here with your body. Nothing else to do right now. Sitting upright, we're going to change and do exactly the same on the opposite side. So rocking this leg, so either foot into elbow or just holding onto the ankle with the hand, and then hold the knee to gently rock. Can you find a little bit more length through that spine? That's it. Sometimes we want to round because that feels more comfortable. We want to practice sitting up straighter, finding that length, letting our body have the room that it needs. All those internal organs have the room that it needs by finding that length and that support through the spine. When you're ready, this foot is going to stack on the opposite knee, keeping both feet flexed or finding that cross at the ankles, and then soften forwards. So just leaning in as far as you need until you can feel that stretch through the hip. Down, sitting back up. We're coming all the way down now onto our backs. So just gently roll yourself down. And then I want you to bring the hands onto the soles of the feet as we find our happy baby. So just gently rocking side to side. If you can straighten out one leg and then straighten out the other. So also gently working into the hamstrings. And then just settle in here, pressing gently on the soles of the feet so the knees are moving down towards the armpits. Should be a nice big inner thigh stretch. Soften the shoulders and the neck. Face is relaxed. And then bring the knees in. We're going to take one knee over the other, across the legs, hold onto the feet, squeeze them in tight. Soften the shoulder blades down. And then change the cross of the legs, holding onto the other feet. And then gently release the feet down to the outer edges of the mat. Just let the knees fall in towards each other. We're going to rest the palms up. Just stay here. Giving ourselves a couple of minutes at the end of the practice to enjoy the stillness. If your legs aren't comfortable like this, you could outstretch them. Sometimes this feels quite nice for the low back, just to be gently pressing into the floor. Again, notice your connection to the mat and to the floor beneath you. And let yourself get heavy as your points of contact sink in and soften. Let your face be soft, jaw and teeth relaxed. When you're ready to slowly wriggle fingers and toes, maybe stretching out as you come back into your body. Maybe yawning out like me. Waking yourself back up. Rolling to one side when you're ready and coming up to have a seat. Bringing the hands to heart. Bowing down the head as we honor ourselves and each other in this practice and all the people who've shared it with us. I want you to honor what you're currently going through and make a decision whether you want to pick up all those thoughts that you left at the end of your mat, all that constant thinking about fertility. Or maybe you've enjoyed this little bit of peace, this little break. And perhaps you can just leave those thoughts there, pick them up at another time, and start having some awareness of them rather than letting them run the show. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.